All right, guys, I'm seriously very excited for the Model Y. We got some really awesome leaks that just came out, and it's in China, which is where the Model Y 2025 or the Model Y Juniper will be produced. I know a lot of you guys think that the Model Y and the new cars will be produced in the American factories, but in fact, it's going to be the Chinese factories because China is Tesla's biggest market. Now, look at this. New sighting of the Model Y Juniper, ? You obviously see a facelift. This was filmed in China. The wheels are the same as before, but the back and the front are completely covered up. In fact, the back is covered up more, and the front seems to be having a big facelift. And even this guy, the Tesla fan that's filming this, says there's a lot of elements to this vehicle that reminds him of the recent Cybercab, which came out. And by the way, this is what the Cybercab looks like. Be prepared for the Model Y to have headlights that look almost identical to the Cybercab. Now, the taillights will probably be a little bit different. It won't really look like that, but we already have seen leaks of Tesla having a potential light bar, which is very similar to the Cybercab. So we're going to be seeing Tesla having a lot of elements from the Cybertruck, from the Cybercab, implemented into the Tesla Model Y. This is what it looks like, guys. You see the most critical elements of the car, the front and the back being completely covered up. And this guy also emphasizes a lot about its front facelift. The license plate is just glued on to the fabric, but the front is so interesting. This is the facelift that we all wanted. Now, if you guys want to know what the Model Y is actually going to look like, Sugar Design actually showcases it really well. The front headlights will probably be almost identical to the recent Cybercab launch. You're going to have a pretty good facelift. In my personal opinion, the front of this vehicle, of this render, is probably 95% the actual thing. We might see a few tweaks here and there, and obviously a different headlight and a different design slightly for the performance model. Don't be expecting the Model Y to have a slight refresh. I think Elon and the rest of the Tesla team are doing massive refreshes and redesigns for the Model Y, given it's like their best selling vehicle and like the number one selling electric vehicle in the world. This is the car that everyone's going to get. It's not too expensive, but it's versatile and the range is pretty decent. Now, the design is obviously going to look like this. Some of you guys hate it, but me personally, I absolutely love it. Now, this is what everyone thinks the Tesla Model Y is going to look like. Front headlights may look like this, but I think Tesla may be going for this look more likely. Now, the rear is very interesting. You do have a light bar. It may not be this thick. It might be slightly thinner, but you will see the Tesla logo here. I don't know if you can actually change the taillight design or the colors. Probably not. But the taillights on the very corners are a lot sharper. Now the license plate will move to all the way to the bottom, not in the top. We don't really know what the wheels look like, but this is sort of what the Model Y is going to look like, right? This is kind of like the design that we're seeing. Now, if you guys are pretty shocked about this video and how this guy captured a whole video on the Tesla Model Y Juniper, get ready for some photos in Spain. In fact, in Spain, there were a lot of pictures and photos being taken of the Tesla Model Y Juniper. Everything is pretty much covered up, and they won't let people see what the taillights look like. They won't let people see what the front headlights look like. But this is kind of essentially what it looks like. Overall, I think it's pretty interesting to see the Model Y being leaked like this. And given that it's in China, makes it a lot more believable. And we're going to be seeing more and more of these Tesla Model Y leaks as time goes on. I think everyone's getting pretty interested about this. Everyone's getting pretty hyped up for the Model Y. This is one of the most anticipated vehicles of 2025. Now, what is the timeline is what everyone is asking. I do believe that Tesla is starting production. In fact, they started production last month in October on the 22nd, making 15 vehicles a day with a lot of employees not allowed to bring phones to the factories. They're already producing a car. Many of them are prototypes, but we should be seeing mass production in China around January or February. It will move to the European market around March, and then finally to the American market in about March to May, which is kind of like the same time frame for the Tesla Model 3 Highland. So what do you guys think about the Tesla Model Y? Would you guys get this? Do you guys like the design? Or are you disappointed by Tesla's refresh?